Hello everyone. Today we shall look into values function. Values function, it is used when the input parameter is a column name. It returns one column table that contains the distinct values for a specific column. Duplicate values are removed and only unique values are returned. A blank value can be added in the values function. Values, either it takes table name or it takes column name. When you use the values function in a context that has been filtered, unique values returned by values are affected by the filter. This function is not supported for use in direct query mode when it is used in calculated columns or row level security rules. For best practices when using values, use selected value instead of values. Okay, let us see the definition of treat as function. Treat as function applies the result of a table expression as filters to columns from a unrelated table. It has the parameters table expression and multiple columns could be provided. The number of columns specified must match the number of columns in the table expression and be in the same order. Best for use when a relationship does not exist between tables. If you have multiple relationships between tables, consider using use relationship function instead of treat as function. This function is not supported in direct query mode when it is used in calculated columns or row level security rules. Let us see how it works. Here we have sales data and the date table. These two tables are not connected as you could see in the model view. We have the table visual and I'll select the date table and use the year column. Okay, I'll right click on the year in the visual and here in the columns I'll right click and click on don't summarize. Here you could see that there are years from 2018 to 2022. I'll click on add data and I'll choose the measure. I have the total sales measure which is sum of sales. Okay, I'll show you the measure. Here you could see that total sales is sum of sales. Since we don't have the relationship, total sales which is populated is not filtered, so we have 63 million as the total sales. Now let us use treat as function and I'll write the measure name as treat as example equal to, we have calculate function. In order to evaluate, the expression is our total sales which is sum of sales. In the filter argument I would use this treat as function. In the expression of treat as function we would use values function which takes either column name or table name. I would use this date column of date table, close the parenthesis, put a comma. Here in the column name we would require the sales date. Okay, and hit enter, close the parenthesis and hit enter. Here I have entered treat as function. In the filter argument of calculate, I'll select the table, I'll bring in the measure from the measure table. Here you could see that my data is filtered for the respective years using treat as function. We could make this possible even using intersect function. Let us see how it works. I'll select the measure table. I'll create a new measure. Here I'll write as intersect equal to. Here I'll write calculate. We know that the expression is total sales, and in the filter I would use this intersect function where my left table would be values of sales date column. Okay, I'll put a comma. In the right table we would be using values of date table date column, close the parenthesis, and select the table and bring in the measure which is intersect by selecting the measure table. Here in the intersect example you could see that our values are filtered in exactly the same manner and the total is 63 million. This is how treat as and values functions are helpful in order to filter the table between the unrelated tables as you have seen in the model view. Thank you for watching and we shall meet in the next video.